Welcome to another episode, everyone. The Hoovers and the Main Streets. Well, they constantly were getting into it in the Los Angeles County Jail. And in this situation, they got into it once again. But not only that, Hoover ended up getting DP'd for his actions during this entire episode. And as far as I'm concerned, yes, indeed, he had it coming, because there in the Los Angeles County Jail, as I have alluded to on many of occasions, it is volatile, vicious, dangerous, lends itself to brutality daily. And it is an unmitigated oppression. It's miserable. If you are a member, a gang member, you're going to be required to go up constantly. And the Hoovers and the Main Streets at this juncture now had a beef that had been going on for some years. And there were not that many Main Streets in the Los Angeles County Jail. You know, they're not super deep. One would come through now and then, a couple of times. Two of them came through now and then. But of course, there are Hoovers plastered throughout the county jail system. So, however, the Hoovers were never packing out the Main Streets, or stabbing them up or any of that. They really were getting head up fades. A couple of times, they did have to squabble more than one Hoover. And there in 4800, the young homie from 5 Deuce Hoover was there. And he had indeed been putting in work. Brown skin, had a little size on him, tatted up. But I always thought something was, not all the way there with the homie, but that's neither here nor there. He was a strong, solid individual for the most part. He was representing and he was standing up. He had had quite a few squabbles there in the Los Angeles County Jail. Though the Main Streets may not be that deep there, the neighborhoods most certainly are, and the hoods that are connected with the neighborhoods. There are many. And the Hoovers were going at it with all of these sets and subsets. All of these different individuals that were gangbanging were going up against the Hoovers for the most part. This is just what was going on. And so the Hoovers sometimes would wait and be happy when the Main Street would come so they can have action at one. But the Main Streets were coming in, and I don't have anything bad to say about them. For the most part, from all that I can remember, they were taking care of their business. Whenever it was time to squabble, they would do so. There in 4800, a Main Street pulled up right on the tier that I was in, right on the tier that I was on. Now I'm running the module. You can make the argument, indeed, that I'm running the entire 4,000 floor. Certainly, I have all hands on in this module. I'm running this module. There are plenty Hoovers over here. I'm basically getting some of my homies pulled over here to the module so that when someone gets out of line, I can put them on them. This is just what it was. In order to keep my power and keep the peace. Sometimes there had to be violent in the name of peace. Main Street pulls up. He goes in the cell with a couple of other Crips. Okay. I didn't see him when he came in, but people hitting him up on the tier. Who's that just came in cell, whoop-de-whoop, cell 4. I'm so-and-so from Main Street. I forget his name. Okay, I'm moving to everybody saying where they from, this kind of shit here. Everybody hitting him up. Some people walking up to the cell hitting him, what's up, bro, where you from? This is how it is in the Los Angeles County Jail. As soon as you get there, get inside of a module. Someone's coming to your cell hitting you up. Or even if you don't make it to your cell, you just walk inside of the door of the module. People gonna be in there walking around, bro, where you from? And you tell him where you from, even if he's your ally. He's going to let you know what's going on in the module, who's there. He's going to say, you got fades, bro. You got squabbles here. And you got squabbles here. You got phase here. So-and-so here, so-and-so here. Or you from BPS? There's a gang of Harlems in here, bro. You got squabbles. Or you from Harlem? There's a gang of BPSs here, bro. You got squabbles. Or you from Hoover? There's a gang of neighborhoods here, bro. You got squabbles. As soon as you walk up, that's what they gonna let you know. So Main Street comes in, goes in the cell, people hitting him up. And then the young homie from Five Deuce apparently catches word that a Main Street then came into the building. He came into the module, and he's on his tier. He's over here with me, on my tier. The homie's on the other side of the tier. He's in the module, in 4800, but he's on the other side of the tier. The other side of the module, on a different tier. He get his cell door cracked. I'm in my cell. Normally, I'm out my cell. I'm running all the tiers. I'm running stuff. I'm doing stuff. I'm out. I'm like I said, I'm calling shots in the module. I'm out all day. Whatever reason, at this particular moment, I was inside of the cell, so I peeped everything that went on. I'm looking out my cell. So the young homie come, he done found a way out of his cell. He got out of his cell. Young homie from Five Deuce, because he found out a Main Street, the dreaded Main Streets are here. So he comes, he gets out of his cell, and he finds his way over there. He comes to my cell first. He's like, big bro. I was over there on the phone. I'm like, I'm telling my people, hold on. Like, cause he acting like it's an emergency. I'm like, what's up? He's like, bro, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Woo. You know, he dissed him. One of them whoop on the tier, bro. Woo. I'm like, yeah. But he just talking to me. He whispering. He like, it's just me and him at the bars. I told my people to hold on. He like, bro, like he put me up on it. I already know. I hear everybody hitting him up. He already said he was here, where he was from and all that. I hear him down there. I ain't tripping. I'm on the phone. So he like, man, I'm finna go holler at this dude. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. It's a young homie. They all active. You active. You in here squabbling. This is what it is. I've been seeing this shit for years. You know, I'm not finna stop him and tell him not to go holler at him or whatever. Go holler at him. You know what I'm saying? You want to squabble? He young. He want to squabble. Y'all handle that. So the homie go down to the tier. He like, hey, bro, where you from? Dude, you know what I'm saying? He can see the homie tattoos. He got his shirt off. Like I say, he got a little size on him. So he got his shirt off, got all these tats. He's like, where you from? So dude like, man, I'm Wolf from Main Street. You know what I'm saying? And then young homie from Five Deuce, he say, man, fuck Main Street. Right? He yelled it out on the tier. Fuck Main Street. On the tier. To the dude. Now, the dude is inside of his cell. They cannot squabble right now if they wanted to. This is a bad move, unbecoming of a gangster. As I said, when you come into the module, the most that's going to happen is dudes going to hit you up and they're going to let you know you got squabbles. You got phase coming. You're going to set it up, bro. You got phase coming. You got to run it. All right, cool. And that's that. Nobody's dissing people's hoods over the tier or inside of the cell. It's happened. It has happened before, but there are consequences to that. We all men. We all gangsters. We see each other. I might be dissing your hood as I'm squabbling you or stabbing you. I'm saying fuck your hood at the same time, but not while you in the cell and I'm out on the tier and we cannot get to one another. It's like a PC move. As far as I am concerned, it's a PC move. Not only that, I was personally upset. I had personally taken umbrage to this. And I began to develop sinister machinations, indeed, because for various reasons. So I'm saying to myself, the young homie is out of pocket. For one, you just diss this man hood and you can't get to him. Again, a PC move. Now, what if he disses the hood back? What if he now, that's what he should have did, that's what he's supposed to do, say, man, fuck Hoover. You know what I'm saying? You just dissed my hood. That's what happened to me in YA. The boy from UG, when we got into it, said, man, fuck Hoover. I said, man, fuck your hood. Him and T-Rock from 9-0 when they jumped me. Stymie from UG and T-Rock from 9-0. Yeah. So, I yelled back, man, fuck you. I dissed this hood. The fuck? And they rushed me. You know what I'm saying? Bam. He went up in the closet, dropped his ass in the closet. Remember that, Stymie? Yeah, so you supposed to diss a motherfucker hood back. Motherfucker said, so I'm saying to myself, but Main Street didn't. He's, man, fuck me. And he ain't say fuck Hoover. He could have. Obviously, I believe he had already knew I was on a tier. Motherfuckers let him know I was on a tier. And all of that. I'm not saying that that's why he didn't diss back. Because he still should have. He had all rights. Because this dude just dissed his hood on the tier while he's in the cell and can't do anything about it other than diss his hood back. It's not a PC move on his part if he disses his hood back. It's a PC move on the homie part as far as I was concerned. And the homie's in there squabbling. So he's not a coward. He gonna take this fade. He wants this fade. He got out of his cell to come over here and get this fade. He wants this fade. But since he can't get in that cell right now and get the fade, he just decided he's just gonna diss him. And that's just a wrong move. You want the fade, you're gonna get the fade. I'll get you over there to get the fade, bro. You know that. I get you. I get my cell pop right now. I set this shit up right now. You're gonna get that fade. You want it so bad, you're gonna get that. But you can't. No, because now if he said fuck Hoover, well, obviously you put me in a situation, right? You on the other side of the tier. He didn't diss his hood and then left. You know, he like, yeah, said what he said. He like, we gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? Well, he like, Main Street like, hell yeah, we gonna handle that. Hell yeah, we gonna handle that, cuz. Woo woo. Like, all right. And he walk off. He gone now. He on the other side of the module. He got back in his cell with his feet kicked up on the phone or something. And basically, as far as I was concerned, I'm in the cell and I'm pissed off. I'm ruminating. I'm pondering this. I'm walking back and forth. I'm pacing. I'm saying, nah, this ain't sitting right with me. The homie was out of line. Because if, like I said, had Main Street said, man, fuck Hoover, the homie over there, he gone. I got to handle this shit when the doors crack. It's all good. I'm going to handle mine. But you left me to handle it. You started it. You dissed this hood. You initiated this beef right here and then got on. And knowing that I'm right here on the tier. You know what I'm saying? Period. So now I got to come out and handle this. Because you didn't just diss this man's hood. And now he dissed the hood back. Or Main Street could have just said, well, okay. Because that's what I was thinking. Since he didn't diss Hoover's back, I'm thinking he just said, all right, I'm going to get your big homie. I'm going to get this motherfucker. I'm going to get y'all boy. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking. He might come out and try to holler at me. So I'm in the cell. I'm preparing myself now. Because this dude done dissed his hood in a situation where he couldn't get to him, where he couldn't handle it. Again, if you walking up on someone face to face and you diss his hood, he say, where you from? You say, man, fuck your hood. I've seen that a million times in the county jail. And I'm from such and such. I'm from Hoover. Fuck Hoover. And straight up, face to face. And motherfuckers, bam, it's on. Penitentiary. Fuck diss your hood into your face. And then it's on, obviously. But you never do it when someone is behind the cell, even if you are a squabbler, even if you are a stabber, even if you will get down, even if you want to get down with this dude, you know you will get down with him. You really want to get down with him. You're not bluffing. You about that life. And your emotions just got the best of you because you couldn't get to him at that moment. So you just can't get to this fucking diss his hood. Fuck all that. No excuse for it. I'm not going for it. Still no reason. You can't justify it, bro, because again, now you done left me over here and I don't know what's going on. You done dissed his hood and then got on. So now I'm left to deal with a situation that you just kicked up. That ain't sitting right with me. I handle the situation. That's neither here nor there. That's not the point. It's the principle. That's not sitting right with me. So I'm thinking, okay, so when they pop the cells, we all come out. Or actually, I got my cell popped. Told somebody to go up there, tell the police hit my cell. They hit my cell, and I go over there to the homie. And I tell him everything I'm saying right now. Bro, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Why you diss his hood? You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. So The homie, he like, man, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Woo, I'm going to squabble him, though. I'm going to squabble him. I'm like, all right, bro, squabble him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you squabble him immediately. You feel me? So I don't say nothing to Main Street because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to justify what the homie did or even apologize for him. It's on. They said they going to squabble. If you want to take it out on me, if he upset with me about what the homie did, I'm not finna go talk to him about it, like trying to talk him down or talk him out of it. I just got to handle it. You feel me? So I'm like, I ain't finna say nothing to him. I can't apologize for the homie dissing his hood, even though the way he did it was wrong. He gonna get dealt with for that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is now. They just gonna handle it. And if me and him gotta handle it, then we just gotta handle it. I'm not finna go say nothing. So I just walked right by his cell and went back to my cell. I'm out running around all day, every day. The next day, the homie hadn't said anything to me about getting his cell hit and setting up this squabble between him and Main Street. Has not said one word. It's been 24 hours. I've been up and down this tier 100 times within that 24 hours, literally. 100. I'm up and down the tier all day. You got your cell hit. Somehow, I was in my cell. And you found a way to get your cell door hit. It's not hard to get your cell door hit. And when you first found out that he was over there, and you came out, got your cell door hit, and went over there, and this is hood. But now you can't get your cell door hit to go over there and squabble? And so I go and I tell a homie after the 24 hours, bro, what's up? You ain't said nothing about getting you out to squabble Main Street. Like, man, I'm gonna squabble him. I'm like, nah, you ain't said nothing. I done passed by the tier 50 times. You done dissed his hood, and now you ain't said nothing. I'm like, bro, you finna get DP. Now, I was careful about that myself, if I'm being honest. I was being cautious about the DP because I was about to call a DP on him the day before, just for doing it. But I hadn't done it yet. But after 24 hours, and he had not said a word to me about going over here to squabble this dude after you done dissed his hood on the tier, stirred up all this shit. Everybody heard you diss his hood. Everybody heard him not diss the hood back. He know he got to handle that, and it's like you ducking the fade. As far as I was concerned, you got out of your cell to go over there and diss his hood. You can do that, but I can get you out the cell at any moment. 24 hours, you ain't said a fucking word. I'm being cautious because I have people I have to answer to as well, if I'm being honest. And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, putting my hands on another Hoover is always the last resort. Putting my hand on another black man to take it further. I never want to do that. It's always the last resort. Violence against anyone of any race is always a last resort with me, even in jail, even in that situation. I don't like violence. I don't like hurting people or getting people hurt, and I don't want to be hurt. I have people I have to answer to. I'm thinking, well, are they going to say, so you beat the homie, you had the homie beat up, stumped out, stabbed, or whatever, removed, DP'd, because he dissed the enemy? Because he dissed the op hood? Fuck that op. He shouldn't have did it that way, but you don't beat him up for that. You don't put your hands on another homie, you know what I'm saying? Because he dissed the enemy. He may have dissed him wrong. He could have did it differently, but all he was doing was trying to squabble up an enemigo, bro. We at war with these dudes. Fuck that. It's like you taking a side then. You know what I'm saying? You gonna put your hands on a Hoover? You know what I'm saying? Because he dissed the Main Street? No, you was wrong. This did go through my mind. But I said, fuck that. Because after 24 hours, he hadn't actually even come out and squabble after he done started all this shit. So I went over there and I hollered at baby Porky. A couple of homies was in the cell as well. And I ran it down to him. He already knew what had happened, that he had dissed him and all that. So Porky like, he still ain't squabbled. I'm like, he still ain't squabbled. He ain't trying to ask me to squabble. I'm like, hell yeah, we gonna DP his ass, man. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So he like, I'm gonna go over here and beat his ass. Me and the other homies, you know what I'm saying? If you cool with it, bro, we gonna go and whoop it, and then I'll squabble Main Street. You know what I'm saying? Since he done already dissed his hood, but ain't took that fade yet, and I know Main Street want to squabble, motherfucker, just dissed his hood on the tier. I'll go squabble him, bro. I'll squabble Main Street after we handle this shit. I'm like, all right, bet, perfect. So I get their cell door hit right then and there. And they go up in the cell and beat the shit out of the homie. Beat the fuck out of him. Yes, sir. Beat the shit out of his ass. until I told him to stop. Till I finally told him that's enough. And I ain't say that for a while. Because I was mad as a motherfucker. Now the homie got to go take the fade. You still, like I said, you ain't 24 hours. Now you started all this shit. Now the homie got to go take your fade. Because you ain't trying to take it, apparently. And yeah, beat his ass. Then I find, all right, bro, that's good, that's good. You're like, man, all right. But the homie did say, I'll go squabble Main Street right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm ready to squabble. I'll go squabble him right now. But the homie's like, nah, I got it, bro. I'm finna go squabble his ass right now. You know what I'm saying? So got them out of the cell. And I went over there and hollered at Main Street first. And let them know what the situation was, bro. The dude that you hollered at, that diss your hood and all that, he ain't gonna squabble you. You know what I'm saying? The homie gonna squabble you. You feel me? Y'all more about the same size and all that anyway. You know what I mean? The homie gonna squabble you. Y'all know you want that fade because I'm up and dish your hood on the tier. I get it. The homie gonna squabble you though. Ain't nobody gonna pack you out, I told him. Ain't nobody gonna stab you up. Ain't none of that, bro. Don't bring no knife to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that's happening. It's gonna be a squabble. He's like, all right, bet, bro. You know what I'm saying? You say it's gonna be a squabble, I'm gonna take your word for that. I say, yeah. Ain't nobody gonna pack me out? I'm like, ain't nobody gonna pack you out, bro. It's a head up squabble. Bet. And I told the homies, it's a head up squabble. Ain't no packing out, bro. He ain't, like I said, dude came over here and dissed his hood. The homie that came over here and dissed his hood. He might have ain't been tripping when he came to the mouse. He might not even been trying to squabble with it. I don't know. He didn't have a chance to get there. This dude done made it out of his cell, came over there and dissed his hood on the tier, and then did a Houdini. Ghost, got on, ain't seen him since. So I get the homie, so he like, all right, bet. So I get them out, they go in the day room, and they squabble up. You know what I'm saying? They had a good fade. They went about 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And, Main Street was bleeding a little bit about the nose. The homie had a little knot right here on his head. They had a squabble. You know what I'm saying? They was in there squabbling, and they was head up. And, to make sure that it was going to stay head up, I didn't even bring no other Hoovers out. You know what I'm saying? I brought the homie out and Main Street. There you go. There you go. There ain't no pack outs, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the homie ain't got no knife. Ain't none of that, bro, like I said. And so they squabbled up, but the homie got DP for what he did. Let me know in the comments. Was I wrong? Some people might still say, yeah, like I said, because I thought about that. Like I say, the homies might even say, man, nah, you wasn't supposed to DP the homie. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, as far as I was concerned, he put me in jeopardy. Any other Hoovers there in the module, he put in jeopardy, but he really put me in jeopardy right there on the tier by doing that and then not coming to take the fade. You asked for the squabble. You didn't diss his hood. While he was inside the cell, no, it was a PC move as far as I was concerned. I wasn't wrong. Boy, I think about it, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong then. I didn't think I was wrong then. That's why I called it DP. You know what I'm saying? It was the PC mode now. If y'all think different, let me know, but I'm going to stand on that, man. Stay free, people.